The content on this channel has been created for adults. If you're not at least 13 years of age or older, then please do not watch this content. Sorry, dude. Come back when you're 13.
Yeah, baby girl. You know what I wanna do. Come on. Yeah, baby girl.
What's up, family? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Off Tap Life. Always a pleasure to be rocking and rolling with all you beautiful people around the globe. Guys, hope you had a good weekend. It kind of went by quick, didn't it? Like, I can't believe it's already another new week again. My mind is blown by just how quickly time seems to be flying by. I just don't get it. I don't understand. It's crazy because it's speeding up at a crazy rate, but what can you do? You know, I guess it is what it is, you know what I mean? But anyways, guys, you know, we out here doing what we got to do every day regardless. We always grinding. The grind never stops. I'm here. And, you know, guys, I'm freaking, you know, making the best of every moment, which is why I always say live each moment to the fullest, because you've got to. That's all you got. That's all you can do. You know what I mean? So that being said, anyways, we're going to go ahead and dive into something that you guys know I love doing, dropping these videos, freaking connecting with all you beautiful souls around the globe. I love my family. We've got an amazing family, and I'm proud to be able to say that, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, anyways, we're going to go ahead, dive in to a request from Jazzy J. Jazzy J wants to hear George Michael, Praying for Time. And yeah, man, kind of funny. I was just kind of talking about time. But let's go ahead and dive in and see what George, you know, dropped. Without further ado, from me for the Jazzy one for all of you. Oh, by the way, that's the thunder, the lightning. In case you don't know, we got, you know, we got a little atmosphere happening here. You know, the rain on the window and the forest. Little thunder and lightning in the background. You know, let me know if you like that. Let me know if you like it. I think it adds a bit to the feel, you know what I mean? Just a little bit of woosah-ness, you know. Alright, yo, let's dive in, let's get it. Wow. You know, my first thoughts, you know, when I hear this is, you know, George Michael, you know, besides having an amazing voice, I mean, look, you can't even dispute that for a second. His vocal ability was really good. Now, I don't know, you know, you always notice that in these groups that first start out, these solo artists that first start out in groups, you know, that there's this one dynamic in the group that is kind of the kind of that dominant force. And that was the same with George Michael, you know, when he was with Wham. You know, George Michael just instant you knew he was a star. You knew he was the real deal. You knew that he was legitimate. Same like NSYNC. You always got it. It just seems to happen that way. There's that one dude who freaking steals the show, so to speak, and then ends up doing the solo thing. And then George Michael decides to do the solo thing, and next thing you know, he's out there creating music like this, where some of his music, I think, just was so woke, especially for his time period. So far from the George Michael things that I've heard and stuff like that, he was a very kind of one of those kind of people who weren't afraid to really express what he was feeling or thinking. And I know we reacted to that song. We did was it, I think it was something, was it Father Figure or Father something? It might have been Father Figure or something, but I just remember in that song, he wasn't afraid to express anything, whether it was even from a far left to the right to whatever in between. He just really just represents and do what he does, how he does it, the way he wants to do it, and that's a positive quality to have. And then you come and have a song like this where it sounds, like he has something he really thinks is important to be heard and said. Songs with substance. You guys know how I feel about that. Anyways, let's keep rolling. Yep. I feel that, man. Like, especially, these days, there's so many people around the planet who could be, first of all, utilizing the time that they do have in a more positive way. And, second, it's like, we don't have the luxury of time, like there's so many uncertainties. For example, like we should have tons of people out there right now trying to figure out how to, for example, take care of the next big pandemic that might come along. And yeah, there might be some people who are, but this time around shows that we weren't prepared for it. You see what I'm saying? So it's like we can't, it's kind of saying pray for time, where it's like, look, hopefully we have enough time before something else happens that we can finally get, our shoes on the right foot. You know what I'm saying? Like it shouldn't be that way. Why put off tomorrow what you could do today? Like don't be in a situation where you have to be praying for time. Like use your time wisely now. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like there's so many things. There's so many examples. There's probably other things we're not prepared for, like asteroids. I think that's a big topic, and it's always on my mind. And I always think to myself, man, I don't think we're ready for any of that kind of stuff, man. Like people spend trillions and trillions of dollars every year, all the money that is out there and being made and stuff in Hollywood and all these other things. We don't even have cures to a lot of things that are freaking just, you know what I'm saying? Like there's so way. It's like I feel like my personal opinion is I just think humanity's not doing the best that they could with their time. That's overall speaking, like I'm not talking about the few here and there who are doing their best to make a positive change and impact on the human race, but just talking overall, if you take a glance at it, if this pandemic proves that point, you know what I'm saying? This pandemic proves that point. In 2020, we should have been way more prepared and able to handle this type of situation. But no one worries about this stuff until after the fact. It's like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Like, there's so many things that could have helped make a big difference off the bat. Like, Why don't you guys have stockpiles of masks and ventilators and all these things that everyone was suddenly trying to last second go, oh my gosh, we better get this, oh my gosh. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, it proves my point where time is not being utilized properly as it is, you know? So praying for time that humans finally catch on to be ahead of time, you know what I'm saying? You know? Anyways, that was my thoughts. That's how I feel. Let me know what you think in the comments below. That was crazy. Charity is a coat you wear twice a year. Like, think about that, dude. Seriously, though. That is like that. That's like that. You know, it's like the whole thing when I made a video somewhere. I don't know if did I put that live yet? I made it months ago, but it was about Christmas on my Ultimate You channel, I think it was. And it's like why people wait only once a year to decide they're going to celebrate Christmas. You know what I mean? And be kind and loving and caring and sharing and forgiving and all those beautiful things and giving and everything. It's once a year thing. The rest of the year, everyone is a-holes. You know what I mean? Like, it shouldn't be that way. It should not be that way. Wow, that's awesome stuff, man. You know, there's something about George Michael's his voice. You know, he's got that thing that certain artists have, that unique factor that separates them from the rest. That when you hear them, you know who it is. They've got that thing that just makes them stand out like greatly. You know, and you go, ooh, George Michael, yeah. You know, like there's certain artists, they have that thing that you just instantly, no doubt about it, you ain't getting them confused, you know. That's what I like, you know. I like that unique factor. I like that, you know, he will probably be kind of maybe because I'm thinking George Michael is more your 80s, 90s kind of artist, I think. So when you look back in history over the greats from every decade, I think that he might go near the top of the list for the great solo acts of the 80s, 90s. You know, if you were to take maybe the top 5 in each period, I think George Michael would be up there, man. That's what I think. But I like the song. Really cool, really slick, you know, really smooth, really chilled. And you know, it's definitely just 100% what you would come to expect from George, you know, doing what he does, you know. So shout out to George Michael, you know, for, you know, giving us a bunch of amazing music. It's an awesome thing to be able to explore this and to hear it and everything. So shout out to George, shout out to all you guys, the Off Tap family, the best family on the tube, and thank you Jazzy J for the request. I appreciate it. It was a really good request. George Michael, Praying for Time. Well, let me know what you guys thought about it. All right, we out. As always, remember, each one to the fullest and keep it off tap.